Hello everyone, welcome back, hope it's doing good. Okay, I've now made 11 revamps if you count the one I made yesterday, or depending on when you're watching this. So I've decided to put them all together into one very, very long movie. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. This is a very long video. Let's start it off with one of my first ever revamps. Not Lime Labs, but we're going to be revamping Monster House. Hello everyone, welcome back, hope it's doing good. Okay, now, most people probably know what this map is, but this map, if you don't know, is Townhouse. Probably Yeeps' most forgotten map. And earlier I was playing in here, and I realised this map is actually really cool. It has a lot of potential. Sadly, it's now just in a community world, but it was one of Yeeps' first ever maps. And then thinking about forgotten things got me to the conclusion of Monster. Probably the single most forgotten thing in Yeeps. Which is kind of sad. So, why don't I combine these two and make an almost haunted house vibe? Enjoy the revamp, and yeah. Okay, so, first thing I should probably do is make things dark, because at the moment it's quite light, even though it is nighttime. So, the most logical thing to do would be to put blindness down. Obviously making it a lot darker. Then I can add sufficient lights around the place to make it a little bit lighter. The only other option I have would be to add a skybox, but that doesn't look very good. And a lot of times they don't look that good, and yeah. So I'm probably going to be sticking with this. Okay, a few minor things have been changed. So first of all, I've put down this nice dark green grass, which looks really nice. I've also moved all the leaves from the trees. Slightly repainted this. I've also repainted these orange, because when I put blindness in, which is right here, the blindness gives me this really cool red effect, until you get close and you see it's orange. But it could look really cool, I think. So yeah, that's what I've got for now. I think now I'm going to work on a lot of the inside of the house. More minor additions have been added. This little graveyard over here. I know I said I was going to work on the inside, but I feel like the outside just needed a little bit more decoration. Pretty sure I've all done that now. I made the umbrella orange because spooky, I guess. And I put one witch gnome here. I have no idea why. He's just the one witch gnome. We've got one over there and they're staring each other dead in the eyes. Almost. So yeah, now I'm going to work on the inside. Okay, I've done a lot of work now to the main room. So I've added some decorations, like this is gonna fall. Also I've stocked up in a lot of places. So I'm gonna start building a basement down this way, like the one from Monster House. We've got a spider down from the ceiling. There's also chewed up the cord. A witch gnome that pushed off the radio, and a bunch of store of all the Halloween items. Or most of them. And in here, you might realise that there's actually bombs and stuff. And also, trying to get those bombs has the risk of these going off. Now, here is the weapon storage. Having stuff that the hiders could use against the monster. So obviously, to get here, you're going to probably have to disarm these. Only to realise the middle one is wooden and can't be broken in play mode. But if you do manage to try and sneak by and grab any of these, they should be quite useful. Even the Halloween ones, which are not very well guarded because they're not that useful. I feel like smoke and freeze are probably the most useful, which is why there's not that many as the impulse. So yeah, that's a lot of the main room done. I think I am going to keep the tan scheme unless I don't. But like, I think the tan could look kind of nice. But yeah. Yeah. Okay, a lot more has been done, and I think it actually starting to look really good. First off, I used quite a nice technique to board up the windows. Look, this place has already been abandoned. And when you have blindness, this place looks kind of creepy. I mean, with the fire, that neon red, which then fades into a neon orange, looks kind of nice. I also added spikes in the oven, because stop crawling in ovens, it's not ideal, I guess. That's where the basement will be. down here, I've added these teeth-like things, and they're barely in distance. So I'm gonna give everyone slowness when I do this map too, just for a bit added of drama. Like, these will definitely stop doing your tracks. Then we also have this, which is a hard detector screaming skull. So if you get close to him, he will start screaming. Then we have this, kind of like typical bed monster type thing, and it is Evil Frog. In here, but yeah, you will be blind during the whole of this. Yeah. I don't know why I made this. Yeah. And yeah, I think he really does need that. But I do like the idea of using the traffic cones though. Does look quite nice. I also made this fit with the bed, making it look really uneven. Kind of like. Also, making all the lights neon orange is a really good decision. It makes it so much darker. So yeah, I'm still gonna work my way through some of the rest of the rooms, like what's through here and stuff. But yeah, cut to when I've done that. Hello everyone, welcome back. Hope you guys are doing good. It may have been like 5 seconds for you, but it's been a whole day for me. So I've play tested this map like 5 times now. I know there's some quite good common strategies. Also, the smoke bombs probably used the most. I've blocked off the basement for now, but that will reopen again soon. Still got all the same stuff out there and stuff, with everything like that. Yeah. So what I'm going to be working on now is going to be working on this room. I'm gonna do a bit of work on this storage room, and since it does also link into that room. So yeah, I'm gonna work on that. See you guys in like 30 seconds. Okay, I've done this room. First of all, I already filled it with spiders and cobwebs. So you have a very high chance, because when we've played it, I noticed that people were often running out of cotton. So you can use these. You'll also be able to use these significantly to your advantage, but there is high dangers. So if someone does get tagged, they will respawn. They have a chance to respawn in that one area, which would be really bad. Also, high detectors everywhere in here. And also, if you try and take the corner, so you're running in from here, you hit the corner, you could get stuck on that, which could be quite bad. But yeah, that's this room done. I'm now going to work on this hallway. Okay, so I've upgraded this room now. So we've got, well, we've already seen this. But, so I made all the floor ice. Also added this zip line, which will take you up to 2nd floor, obviously. Then, I thought the idea of like having a bit where you had to like try and dodge the tombstones could kind of be cool. I feel like it could be kind of fun, but I don't know. Yeah, so that's those done. Now, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I've done everything on 1st floor. But I do need to check. So I've done this room, that room, this room, this room. I believe that's everything on 1st floor done. So, yeah, now I'm going to start working on 2nd floor. Starting with the stairs. Okay, I've added a bit to the stairs. Not too much though, because I think they are already quite good and spooky. So, obviously, one of the steps is now, like, spikes and stuff. Also up here, I made this whole thing brittle blocks. Because maybe you could try and use that. So, say you're running, monster chases you, he goes all the way down there. And then, since you don't have grapplers, it'll be kind of difficult to get back up. There's also this cool zip line, which can take you out, and then you can run outside the door. That's mainly it for the stairs. Obviously, with the brittle blocks, I have kind of expanded into the hallway. So, now I'm going to do this room. This is quite a large room. Okay, this room is now done. I've actually changed quite a bit in this room. So first I've added bars to the window with quite an easy escape route. Somewhere either the monster could come in from or you could try and crawl out of. Sadly, this room was pretty safe, so I did have to add a death teleporter for the monster. This is quite a high risk, high reward thing. You can't stand up here and then grab these. Also, you've already got the roof exit. I don't feel like that. I feel like you probably keep that because it looks cool. So here, you have a little, quite small opening, but this one's an icicle, so you have to crawl through kind of quickly. And I didn't really want to make it harder for the people down here, so the cobweb does catch that. Oh, and I also added some bones to the teeth. It looks like they've eaten something. Or someone. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's most of this room done. I couldn't really see much else of what I could do with this room. But this could be quite a cool hiding spot though. So I think I'm actually going to keep this bit. Okay, now I'm going to work on this area. Past the brittle blocks. And not the attic. I'm actually just going to keep this because it looks nice. It's already got kind of a spooky vibe. Even with stuff breaking, but like... yeah, so I'm going to work on this area. Okay, I've done a little bit more. I didn't really know what to do with this area because there really isn't much. Main thing I could do is make a broken support beam which has fallen down. It's got like it's snapped. And then we have the deadly chair. If you come near this as a hider, that hider detector will trigger all those bombs. So, pretty dangerous. Oh, also sitting on it can trigger the bombs, which is why I'm not going to do that. And having a lot of bombs near you does normally make the monster assume where you are. So that could be quite lethal. But I'm going to make really high risk, high reward. You come past here, so this room's going to be absolutely loaded with stuff. I know there is another way in, but like, this is also kind of risky to get to. I'll make that risky. So yeah. Also with the zip line, could help. So yeah, I'm going to make this room really good. Okay, I've made probably, could potentially be a big mistake. But in this little corner is a turret. Which could be extremely useful for either the hiders or the monsters, depending on who gets this first. But since I don't want people to just camp in this room, I've made 2 death teleporters. Imagine just sitting here, and then a monster eats the block below you. But, to get revenge, you could teleport back here, and then... but they might run away on the zipline. Who knows? So yeah. This room could be absolutely detrimental. Yeah. Actually, I think if I cover up a bit more. Just to dig through a little. Oh, and I've also added this. It is a bit evil. Basically, those are bouncy castles, all of them. So you could do something like that, and then try and change course mid-air to go on the zipline. Because if you're wondering how this works, it's the bouncy castle pillow. But when you place it like that, because of these little corner bits, it actually looks like it's actually a block. It looks like it's wood. So you wouldn't normally assume. But yeah. Kind of do some cool stuff with this. So yeah. More revamping. Don't know which room I'm gonna do next, but yeah, you'll cut back, and when I cut back, you'll see it. Okay, it's day 3 of building this. I didn't get much done yesterday, but yeah, I was kind of busy. So I'm pretty sure this is the last room, and I've kind of changed my mind about the blindness, because when you use blindness, you can't actually. I don't think you can see enough. Like, you wouldn't even know there's a basement there. Like, you couldn't see, you can barely even see the icicles. You couldn't see anything ahead of you. Like, I do like this bit though, because you generally can't see what's down there. But, you can barely see anything. You can't see, oh, why is it just a random block here? Because the support beam's broken. So I think instead I'm going to build a sky base with a mixture of wood and void blocks. So I'm going to finish this room. I forgot I was there. See, exactly, you can't even see. I'm going to get rid of this. Finish this room up there. And then I'm going to start working the skybox. Okay. Okay, so I've added the final room. Well, I mean, not including the basement and the skybox, I've still got to build. So we've got this nice cobwebbed area. I mean, also we have this bit, which you have to get a key for. The key for that is right over here. So that'll let you in the other room. Yeah, so that will let you in here. Which, I don't know if that would be used to your advantage, but I feel like it's just cool. Because people are going to probably risk their lives for that key. Just to realise, oh, it takes me to a room where the monster can spawn. So, yeah. That's it for this. Now I'm going to start working on the skybox. Hello everyone, welcome back. Hope you're doing good. Okay, after a long time, I'm finally finished. This has taken a while, but I think it was worth it. Okay, so I've obviously added all this around the front. I've expanded the graveyard a little. Oh, and obviously there's a giant skybox. So yeah, I'm gonna give you guys a full tour. So down here we have the basement, the full bottom bit, where we have, this is kind of how the monsters are made, and this is the most likely place for they are to spawn. Almost guaranteed that they'll be here. Going up here we then have the fireplace. I decided to get rid of the blindness mainly because the way it made stuff look. Also, yeah, we've got stuff like the furnace. That's, I guess, fueling the place. Still got all the traps here. Up here we've got the thing. Actually, I'll show you guys this first. Also, hidden around the map is the ingredients to make a strength potion. And night vision potion. It's also got the secret there. You won't know if you get too close, he will scream. The evil frog, who is very spooky evil frog. Yeah, there's a lot of cobwebs. We got the guy that peed. Yeah, I don't know how I made this. We got evil frog up there. Don't know if you guys saw that earlier. Yeah, so that's mainly it for the first floor, apart from this quite cool room, which I liked it. I know that is really dark, but it looks really nice. Yeah, so in here we have this really dark room that's kind of got like a bowling alley kind of vibe with the ice on the floor that you then have to try and use to dodge the things. Out here we have another ingredient, and the ingredient to night vision. Crap. Yeah, we have all of those along with the witch gnome, which is quite cool. Down here we got the little pumpkin patch, which adds quite a nice little bit of light, I think. And that's pretty much it for the first floor. Moving on to the second, we've got the cool spiderweb design, along with the spiderwebs in here. Then we have this bit on the floor, the brittle blocks, with the support beam that's broken. And more spider lore, I have no idea why I made that. We also have then this quite potentially deadly trap, which the hunter detector will activate all those bombs. We also have a extremely useful turret in here. But this room is quite well guarded, having a monster thing here, which you probably can't see because it's quite dark, and having a monster thing here. So I've seen one playtesting, we had people just chilling here. So now the monster can just literally rip up your bed and then eat you. Oh yeah, that's quite cool. Also, I like the fact you can't see down. That's the storage room. Then we also have up here, which requires a key to get into that other room. And that is mainly it for a lot of this bit. This has taken a while to make. It's been a very fun room out there. Yeah, so, oh, and if you're wondering, the key was to that other thing. The key for the door is right up here. So yeah, oh wait, no, here's still the secret room. I forgot, it's so hidden I actually forgot it existed. Firstly, you could use that for routes, but also, it is actually a pillar. It is incredibly dark in here. And I kind of like it that way. I am going to keep it that way. So first we've got the broken bars with this cool organ thing built in here. And we also have these 2 cotton storage blocks, which you can try and risk and grab. We also then in here have this, which you can try and crawl through, and if you're being chased by the monster, they normally do get hit by the icicle. So yeah, hope you guys are doing good, and hope you guys enjoy the revamp. Yeah, and goodbye.
Wow, that one was really scary. And really old. Let's move to one slightly newer, but still kind of spooky.
Hello everyone, welcome back, hope you guys are doing good. This is Propmore. Probably one of the most, colourful maps we currently have in yeeps. It's really cool, but what would this look like if it was abandoned? As like an abandoned mall, would it still be good for prop hunt? Would it even look cool? And would it work at all? So, if you don't know where I'm going with this, you don't know that I do revamps for fun. And if you do know where I'm going with this, cue the revamp. Okay, so I've done a bit of the main area. I didn't want to do too much to mainly the blue shop, just because people still do need to be able to get pets and all their other stuff. Okay, so I added this hole in the floor here, which I might fill with water, I'm not sure. I've also made it so the world map thing is like broken off and fallen. Added some cobwebs, also made it so these lights no longer work. Moved the achievement board. This is meant to be a dead bush, like the inner branches and leaves have all fallen off. But yeah. I got an eviction notice, along with it being boarded up. Rest in peace, dead yeep. So obviously got your pets. Oh, and I also wanted to make it so the achievement board looked like it was out of order. So I just placed a block there. Kind of looks like an achievement board, I guess. Oh, and yeah, I also turned off the lights. Because, you know, no power to this place anymore. Okay, next I'm going to do this room. Okay, I think I've done this room quite well. See, obviously I've made the carpet a shade darker, which is kind of cool. Added these green mushrooms everywhere. This shelf is falling over. And then we have this plant that's just gone completely like berserk and just grown everywhere. Obviously, yeah, the shelf and the wet floor have fallen. Ivy growing on the walls. Toys have been moved. This whole zipline thing has just like gone on its side. Also, I love when you stand here that you can just hear subtle burning from the cookers out here. Bit concerning, but like, sounds cool. Oh, I've also got I made all these boxes open, just to make it so the whole place has already been raided of anything of value. This sideboard, I think, is falling down. So yeah, that's it for that room. Now I think I'm gonna do the toilets now, because I feel like that will be quite different. Okay, this room is now done. I think it's quite cool because it's quite dim in here now. I've got ivy on the walls again, which I think was cool last time. I also got this wire's been cut. Sadly, it didn't look very good with actual wires, so I decided to use pipes instead. I've also got the fact that this button does nothing now, and this toilet activates this one. This toilet's kind of normal, and this one has just been destroyed. It's got some graffiti, rules here, and subscribe because please do. I'm almost at 300, so yeah, that'd be cool. This toilet is leaking. Also, this wasn't intentional, but you can hear the sound of the water. Especially when it's neon. It really does sound like there's running water. Which I think is cool. Yeah, obviously this room is no longer escapable. Unless you go through one of the vents. But yeah, that's these 3 rooms done. I'm now going to do the arcade. Okay, so this is what's happened to the arcade. Yeah, quite clearly a lot has happened. Okay, so the skee ball thing, that thing that gives up balls is broken. You also probably shouldn't play the skee ball for your own safety. Yeah. So obviously you can still crawl in and it's still kind of a good hiding spot. The car machine no longer works, something so on the steering wheels. Things have been thrown on the floor, taken, nothing works now. These dangling wires just show like it's been ripped out its wiring quite carelessly. Yeah. This place is relatively destroyed. I think most people probably agree. Yeah. So the next room I'm going to be working on is the burger place. So yeah, burgers are going to be destroyed. It's quite sad there. Okay. I've broken many things. First off, obviously the fountain's broken with all of this. And then there's this. I know I just said I was going to do one restaurant at a time, but it felt easier just to do them all at once. Okay, so the burger sign is crumbling and all the stuff's got like mold on the sign. And the sign's like wasting away. Also, in here I've broken everything. First off, some of the lights don't turn on. I replaced like so many of the delay and extender blocks with just like random stuff. There's randomizers in there. I also changed all the signs. Get food poisoning here. I don't know what the there are no accidents means. So I'm just gonna pretend it's not there. Yeah, let's wait for this. Oh yeah, also this happens. You get, your delicious foods. Because one of the ingredients are turned into, like, cake batter. So obviously you cannot make a burger out of cake batter. Here we got a hole in the floor, so you kind of have to risk it for your food. Vines growing out and consuming the table. Over here we have a very, very mouldy sign. It's like it's expired. Also, yeah, I made everything more expensive. And this is severely undercooked. I wanted to make it so that the pizza actually works, because you can't destroy pizza. It's disrespectful. Oh, and while we wait for that to cook, I'll show you guys this. This place is on fire, and there is now ash and soot over this whole thing. And it's slowly burning everything. Just working? Yes. Yeah. Again, I still don't know what there are accidents. What does this mean? I didn't mess with any. Wait, I might mess with something's wiring. Oh, I think I know what I've done. Yeah, I messed with a load of wiring. I thought this was part of the cake machine. Oh, and in the real map, auto cooker took too long. Sorry for some break. Yeah, I broke it more. I broke it a lot more. A lot more. So I basically destroyed this thing. So yeah. In here, the cake one. If it does still work, which I'm not even 100% sure. Oh yeah, also one of the ingredients is a bomb. Which means this thing just doesn't work. I've painted some of the screens as well to make it look like the lights are dying. I found painting it grey looks like an almost faded blue. It's kind of cool. Also added some mushrooms. Yeah, this just doesn't cook. Like, you can check in here. This is not cooking anything right now. Or is it? Honestly, that could have made a cake. If there was the jam. Which, guess what? Where the jam was, I turned into a grenade. I did not place this here. I'm keeping this. This will be the only non-abandoned thing. This will stay. This frog will stay. Okay, so yeah. I think everyone will probably agree that's pretty abandoned. So now I'm going to work on. I'm not actually 100. I'm pretty sure this is a clothes shop. But yeah, I'm gonna make this abandoned, which normally would not be a good thing, but now it is. Okay, this building's now done. So we got like boarded up door. We got a flickering light, which I think is kind of cool. One of the curtains just ripped off, and all these mirrors are now just windows. I thought it'd be cooler. We've also got a lot of water damage. Like a lot coming down on the floor. Yeah, so that's basically just this room done. I don't want to add too much to this room. So yeah, I'm now going to move on to the next room. Or not the next room, the next area, which is this. Okay, I have done a lot. I think you can probably see that. So I love these vines everywhere that I've just coated the map with. I think it looks really good. Also, both these, this escalator has like fallen, come disconnected and just fallen. This one's got breaks in it. There's vines going all the way up here, all around here. Also, on a lot of these, I put the handlebars. So you wanted to get over to the other side, but you don't want to use the escalator. You could kind of do something like this. Try and sneak around. Yeah, it goes through here. Then got paths going around on the back of the wall. It looks great. So I'm definitely going to add more of these in the rest of the shop. So I'm pretty sure that's most of like this half of the main room. But now I'm going to do this room. Okay, I've now finished off the car room, which I've completely overgrown. We have a small fire in the corner that started burning down the bushes. There wasn't too much I could really do with this room. So yeah. Oh, and I also wanted to block some random vents off, so this wasn't just an exact copy of Prop Mall. Because it needs to have some slight differences to keep you on your toes. Next thing I'm going to work on is the weird Apple Store looking thing. Okay, this one's basically done. Obviously, there's now this giant, like, this huge, I don't know, there's just a hole. I feel like it's cool. Also, I like how the smoke's now rising up through. This is a boarded up window that could be useful. People could try and break through that. Yeah, I want to make this place like everything's on sale. Oh, there's another hole here. This place is very broken. Oh yeah, a lot of this is icicles. I thought it was really cool. You could try and hop from here really easily up to here. Also got some vines up there, and you'll be thinking, oh, people couldn't easily escape the map. I put a really big team barrier, so people can't do that after me. Also, there was just these four. Oh, there was originally three. My name is John. Please help me get down. Nah, he's fine. Yeah, he will be fine. I obviously added one. Obviously. Because, you know, if you find law, you've got to add to it. I don't know what this thing is. It's just a trap room. Don't know what this does. So I'm going to remove it. That wasn't important, probably. Okay, so that's the Apple Store looking thing done. One of the final places is the clothes. Why is there a hole in the floor? It's the clothes shop. Okay, this room's now been done. Supposed we've got caution tape here. All of this has put like dust on. These have been abandoned for a while. I don't know what this brown thing is, but I can tell it's water. So it's made it spill out on the floor. This has fallen down, the plants have died, shelves have fallen. Left the cake thing there, because why not? And some of the main things I did was like these. So once these have been taken, it places it with the grey, so it's like all of these have been taken. Oh, and yeah, also along the way I've been painting almost all the lights black. Because it makes it so much darker. I mean, the strip lights can stay because they do look good and it makes it not pitch black, which is good. So now I'm going to be doing the final room, which is that room. Okay, that room up there's been done. So I want one of the main ways you get up to be, yeah, obviously this is still here. I wanted to make this jump significantly easier just by adding the bars. I'm not sure if that makes it too easy or not easy enough, but you can just double wall. Also, this is now a one-way vent, so you can go down into there, but you can't come back up. Also, I did say it was the last room, turns out it's actually not. I still do... Oh. That is the annoying thing about these ladders. They are really annoying in creative mode. Yeah, I actually forgot to do this. And the whole theatre thing. So I still do need to do that. Also, I'm going to leave Pink Room. Because that is already abandoned. So yeah. Just gotta abandon this, I guess. Okay, this is the final room. So I've changed, actually not too much. I kind of want to keep this place relatively similar to what it used to be. Okay, so things have been knocked down. All these slushies are almost empty. The popcorn's very, very, very nearly empty. You might have noticed something by throwing all of these on the floor. It's meant to resemble like they've been looted. All these lights no longer work. It's now got the weird, I don't know what it's called, but it's the weird TV no signal thing. I tried to put that in there. The lights barely work. And the screen, well, doesn't really work anymore. Blue House Movie is long gone. So yeah, that's the whole map. This is in community code Wallplays, if you want to play it. I feel like this actually could still be used for prop hunt, ironically. Even after all I've done to this map, which is a lot, I feel like it could actually still be used for prop hunt. So yeah, hope you guys are doing good, and goodbye.
Okay, well those are two very, very old ones. So let's jump to something slightly newer. When yeeps added the dragon pet.
Hello everyone, welcome back, hope you're doing good. Okay, before the video starts, I just want to point out, if I sound a bit weird in this video, it's because I'm kind of sick. Sorry, but yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video. Hello everyone, welcome back, hope you're doing good. Okay, so if you didn't know, at time of recording this video, the pet plushies are just about to release. And I didn't know this, but they actually come with a in-game pet plush, which is pretty cool. But I want somewhere that these guys can actually live. So I've decided on a map. Hell. But this map isn't very safe. So today I'm going to be revamping it. Okay, so for the first thing, we need to think, what are these dragons actually going to need? Well, they are currently just eggs, so we're going to need a nest. We're going to need to teach them how to fly and how to hunt. So those are going to be our three main things. Let's start with the easiest. Where they're going to live. In a nest. Because they're kind of bird things. Not really, though. So yeah, I'm going to start by building a nest. Okay, the first bit is done. This is what I thought a nest could look like. Now you may be thinking, this did not take very long. This was about the 8th design. There was many different ones. I had one where there was like an egg in this wall. They were coming out of that. I had one where the actually whole top bit was gone. I had one where they were actually on the top bit. I think I had another one that was on the top bit too. I started toying around with it being over there. Many times did this change. And this is the only one I'm actually happy with. I quite like it with like the mushrooms. And the actual nest just being kind of like a sunken into the ground type thing. But yeah. So the next thing dragons are going to need is safety. Because this place is not very safe. At all. Okay, so a lot has been changed again. I've removed every single piece of the sky terrain and pipes. And I've made this kind of flying obstacle course. No, obviously I don't have the dragon. Well, it hasn't hatched yet, more specifically. But I'm just going to be using the broom for this as a demonstration. So you go down here, through here. That one's pretty hard to get with the broom. I want admit. I might have to change that one into a regular. Then there's this ramp. Then you go down here, across here, down, 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 boom. So yeah, I don't really know how fast the dragon's gonna be, so it might be slower than the broom, it might be a little bit harder, the obstacle course. But I think it should be perfect as it is. I might add a few more checkpoints and make it a bit longer, but it seems fine for now. Okay, now for the floor. It's all spikes. This isn't very child friendly. So I'm gonna have to change. Okay, all the spikes have been removed, and it's now water with sand at the bottom. Making it actually pretty nice down here. Okay, so I've made a second one. This one, I did say it would be easier, but I'm not 100% sure if it actually is. It might actually just be the same difficulty. So I'm not going to do this one with the broom, because it doesn't really work with that. Because it's kind of tight angles. I should go from here to here to here to here. Now this one is kind of like a flight resistance, seeing how you can go with the wind. And if you go through, it will just send you right back. Because there's a bush there, in case you couldn't tell. I can't really hide it very well because there's no dirt colour apart from brown. And then if you can fly through it, you go through here, and then just over to the finish. This race did take longer, but that is because I did die once, so that does change some things. So that's both races done, and now I'm gonna add a bit where they can get food. Okay, what this is, it's a kind of food reward system. So basically, if I stand on the yellow, and then I were to breathe fire, just imagine I'm a dragon, I would then get the top reward, which is a steak, uncooked. You're meant to cook it yourself, with your flames. But maybe I was a bit of a younger dragon, maybe I could only get my flames out for her. Now I get a chicken. Whole. And also uncooked. Say I literally was just born. Sometimes it does do both, because this is basically in the ground, that you can only really be on half of this one. And sometimes it does give you two, because the orange and red are so close. Also, if you are this small, you probably do need both of these. So yeah, that's the food machine. Okay, over on the far hill in this corner, there is now a pet fighting arena. Because obviously the dragons are going to be able to fight. Even though the fighting isn't actually out yet, it'll be out in a few hours. Don't really know what to say about that. I've also made it so all these gnomes are like rooting for their team colour. And there's also orange, who doesn't even know what's going on. You can buy some popcorn over here. With honestly a decent looking popcorn maker. Just 3 blocks. And if you couldn't tell, this hut thing is meant to look like the bucket with the yellow fluffy popcorn top and the white and red stripes. So yeah, that's this. Also, I had to shrink this hill. I didn't really change much, but this hill has been shrink. Okay, so a bit has changed. First off, there's these new blocks. Well, probably not new when you're watching the video, but they just literally just came out, and pets can also get medals now. This is Pete's pet shop, with all the amazing things you can buy from Pete at his pet shop. For some reason, and I have no idea why, this might just be a glitch with the early bits of the update, but you can't put the flip sign in one. Makes no sense, but yeah. So I also added these statues, obviously, and I made the arena a little bit more usable, because previously it was like packed up against here, which made it so you couldn't press the buttons on this side and that side. So yeah, and I also added a actual pet shop up here, which can actually sell you pets that aren't at Pete's pet shop, which is kind of weird. Okay, so as you can now probably see, I have changed a lot. This whole middle tower is now like fantasy. I want this whole map to eventually become fantasy. So now I'm going to have to change all of that, all of that, all of that, all of that. I have also realised that changing the material takes a really long time. So I'm going to start on it now. Okay, now the final revamp is done. So, you've already seen most of this, but I'm going to just give a quick tour. So, in the middle here is the nest. Up top is a place you can get the pets. Over here, on the far corner, there is a arena with an item banner with only safe items. You can get popcorn over here. There is the red race along here, with the blue race being over there. Up here, there is a pet shop with all the pet cosmetics. Over here is a now improved food dispenser, based on however far they can get their flame. There's obviously now a lot of dragon statues all around. All of this is now fantasy rock. So down here, you can get every single one of the targets. And they can also be timed, see how long this takes you. So maybe it takes you 3 minutes, maybe it takes you 1 minute, maybe it takes you longer, shorter, I don't really know. And then you can come back up here, and you'll get your reward. That's that. Boom. And you can also now go down here, which this is also an Auburn made fantasy rock. Go down here, down here. All of this is actually in hill. Apart from this guy, who I've just added, you can then go up here. Oh my god, this is still all in real hill. Goes through here with this pillar as a little door. And crawl. That is a target dummy. Where'd it go? Yep, right there. Flashlights are loud. Can't remember. Yep, there we go. And down here is totally nothing. Nothing happened down here. No dragon ever got stuck down here. And now I have to farm my way out, which is going to take a while, because it's kind of a maze. Yeah, well, apart from the dragon and the witch, this is all in real hell. I have no memory of this from when I used to play Hill. I don't know when this got added. You can go through up here, back out here. You can go all around. Up here with the ramp. Little purple gnome. You can go everywhere. Cross the little bridge. A very, very large map. Full of stuff that all dragons will need. So yeah, hope it's doing good, and goodbye.
Yeeps is getting quite old now, so let's move back to its first birthday.
Hello, well, everyone, welcome back. This, everyone probably knows, is theatre. I mean, if the giant sign didn't tell you, I'm quite concerned. But yeah, this is one of Yeeps, well, it is one of Yeeps' first few maps that used to be behind Start House. And when Yeeps left the app lab, this map got a full revamp to revamp it into a school. Considering Yeeps turning 1 soon, I thought it'd be fitting to do the exact same thing, well, similar thing, to revamp this map for Yeeps turning 1. So, yeah. Here's a sneak peek of the map. Yes, it is blurred, I know. Because, I don't know. It looks cooler. So, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so after a bit of work, we have this. I removed the sign, and that's basically it. Yay! Okay, after a bit more renovation, I've changed a lot. This is meant to look like a cake. A 3-tiered cake of every single colour of Yeep. I've got rid of a lot of the bushes here, and oh yeah, I've also got rid of the actual theatre. Yeah, I'm gonna put chairs here, and then I'm gonna work on the shops. Okay. After a long time, this is like this is a lot. I've done a lot of designs to these seats. I think they look really nice now. I think they are at their best. You may be wondering, what are these signs for? And this is not what the alphabet is. It is not A, C, E, G, I, K, M, O, Q. It is not, basically it's skipping every letter. So on this side, so it'll be A, B, C, D, E, F. Like that. The reason why I put the letters there is I want it to be like almost like the cinema, how you have like rows, and it'll be like, oh, you have ticket for row A or row B, or yeah. So I know I said I was gonna work on shops, but I feel like chairs. I don't want people standing. Also, I added candles to the cake to make it a little bit taller. So yeah, I'm gonna build the other side. I'll show you that, and then I'll go and actually build the shops done. Okay, after ages, I've finished off all these chairs, and now I can actually start work on the shops. So my plan for the shops, I'm gonna have a cake shop, a like party supply shop, something like party poppers and stuff like that. Then I'm also gonna have a ticket shop, which, considering I've got 18 chairs, I'll make it like a 1 in 18 chance. It will just give you like a ticket that will say like, oh, you have row F, or you have row C, or you have row K. Wherever it will take you. It will give you a random ticket. I mean, I can't really prove that you've gotten a ticket, but like, it's for aesthetics. So yeah, I'm gonna start building that. It's been ages. This has taken me so long to make. Basically, this is how you're going to get your tickets. And I think I got one. See, so we got row Q. Let's see where that is. Oh, and it's back row. So the higher the odd, like the higher the chance, is the worse the seats. Obviously, the rarest is A. Means you're in the very front. You can literally throw things. That just disintegrated. I need a replay on that. Okay. Disintegrating letters aside. Does it work with all things? No, that works. Where did it go? I don't know. Okay. So yeah, I've built the first shop. Also, do you guys like the little ticket I made? That's quite nice. This has taken a while, and I'm just gonna seal it up. Never ever to be seen, because it's probably for the best. Can you place, please? So yeah, the higher the odds, well, the lower the odds, yeah, the better chance you see. There is 18 seats. There is 18 rows. I mean, look, there is 18 bench things. So for the last one, it is so low to get. It's literally so much less than 1% chance. So getting row A is just amazing. Okay, my ideas for the other shops. Now we've got a ticket shop. Next shop I think we should have is a party supplies. Selling stuff like party cannons. No, like what are these things called again? These. You could have these. You could be in the front row, and you could be like, "Blue Yeeps is old." You could have these. They make a swoosh or swish. You could have fireworks. They kind of teleport you up. I don't know. Arrows could be good, but that's quite dangerous. Yeah, that's not particularly safe. Also, you can get like bells, roses, and then I'm also going to have this as being like a cafe, with her being like a baker's, baking all the delicious cake for this, well, the cake that's right here. So yeah, I'm gonna work on the toy shop / party supplies, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, I finished the toy shop. This one didn't take me very long. I just painted that, and I've also painted that one. I've worked slightly on that because I kind of did forget to start recording on this one. So we got the ticket shop, and then here's the toy shop. When you walk in, you hear a bunch of things get dispensed. You can see all these amazing toys, and you can get fireworks to celebrate, energy drinks, also known as a haste potion. You can get bell. Never mind if it didn't despawn. To be honest, most people probably own bells at this point. Everyone basically owns bells. Then you can also get these. So you can like celebrate yeeps. Really cool. And then I will show you once I've finished the bakery. And then I will actually almost be done. Oh, I also painted this whole thing light grey. But yeah, that doesn't really matter. Then I'll almost be done. So yeah. Okay, cut command on that. Okay, I finally built the cafe / where they're making the cake. Well, I know the cake's here, but like, we're gonna pretend they've just made it. Because I'd like to point out, it's almost exactly a day until yeeps turns 1 for me right now. Almost exactly 24 hours. So yeah, I want to make it look like, oh, they're panicking. Are they going to get the cake done on time? What's going to happen? Oh, also in the leaks, I've become aware that there is something known as the App Lab Pie Block. It's apparently a pillow, so I'm going to put those on the tables. Yeah. So we've got berries and leaves, all the ingredients. Oh yeah, this is on fire. They did not cook very well. Got all the ingredients. Now, maybe wondering, why is there not ingredients such as a giant sword? Now, I don't personally think that belongs in a cake. And other ingredients like a dead flower, a feather, a bone, an eye. Those don't exactly belong in a cake. But this could be like a bag of icing. Pump it out and you get icing. This could just be a flower. Mushroom, some nice berries, maybe add some flavour. A decorative leaf. I don't know. A big mushroom. Okay, that's it for this house. Now I have literally no idea. What do I do on the tower? Because I've revamped this whole side, but I haven't actually really touched this side. I'm thinking of turning this no pins thing into like a yeep celebration sign instead. And I was thinking for up here, maybe building actually a sky base. Mainly because yeep started out just basically being a sky base saying hide and seek game. So I feel like it would only be fitting, considering it is the highest point of the map. It won't be too big of a sky base, and I won't use reinforced pillows, so it can be bombed in case I don't like it. But yeah, I think I should put a little sky base up there. So I'm gonna build a sky base, and then I'll fix the sign. I'll cut back when I've built the sky base. Okay. Yeah, built the sky base. Didn't take long, just a little sky base with a couple reinforced pillows. But I think it's nice to show how far yeeps has come. From barely even having any paints in the game and so little amount of blocks to literally having tanks. And now having the ability, like, one of the most advanced gadgets at the start was literally this. A decoy. And if you were lucky, you owned these. Which, I don't know if you know, they make your voice sound like they're coming from a different place, but it doesn't work on video. And like now we've even got stuff like potions. And I shouldn't have drank that. And with like, this used to be new. It's just really cool to think how far you've just come. And how little I can see. I don't know if potion effects... Oh, it's gone. I don't know if potion effects show up on video, but I drank blindness potion. Yeah, just went to like on the roots of yeeps. So that took me like 5 minutes, I'm gonna be honest. I want to build like a fake sign, gonna be like based off of the one yeeps has. So yeah, I'm gonna start work on that. I'm gonna show you guys that, and then I might actually then be done. Obviously, I'll change it when the actual stuff comes out. With the Apple Lab Pie block pillow. I think it's pillow. Wouldn't really work as a full block. Okay, bye. Okay, it's taken a while. I've tried to remake the sign in the same orange. One side it says birth, and the other side says day, with a very wide Y. Because there is literally no way to make it that I know of. So, in summary, I have built a ticket office, a toy shop, a cafe plus butcher, no, not butchers, cafe plus bakery, with a cakes, seating. Yeah, I've built a lot. Also, I would like to point out this video has been the single largest video I've ever taken to build and stuff. Look, this has been a huge revamp. I do hope you guys like it though. I do. I think I will keep this. And leave your answers in the comments below. Should I put this in my community? And wait for yeeps to turn 1 year old with the Apple Lab Pie block in hand. So yeah, hope you guys are doing good. Hope you like the revamp. And goodbye.
You know, Yeeps has just added the brand new Paint Wars update. However, I did it first, about 2 years ago.
Hello everyone, welcome back, hope you guys are doing good. And yeah, if you're seeing this that will already be in my community world. But yeah, and behind me is the map. So yeah, I'm gonna be giving you guys a tour, and this will be my community world. Code all plays. Hello everyone, welcome back, hope you guys are doing good. Yeah, as you probably seen in the intro, I made the playground entirely out of pillows. Obviously, this took a while, and yeah. Okay, so basically, this map is kind of like Bed Wars, a painting version of that. Okay, so basically, way to demonstrate this is I would get green. Now, and you want to get your colour as many places as you can. And obviously, you're going to think, oh, well, there's already a bunch of yellow. But it's for those things. Basically, how can I explain this? So, I'm green. And I'm gonna paint a bunch of this towel. And then basically, my home base, oh, never mind, it's not there. My home base is all the way up there. And if yellow goes up to my home base and then paints all 8 of my pillows yellow, then everything that I've painted is now owned by yellow. So, see, like, I was absolutely winning. And say I was green, I would like, conquer like half the map. And yeah, I'm winning. Now yellow has what yellow already had, and green. So it has all those pillows and this. And you're thinking, oh, well, some people have got a lot better spots. Like blue is in that house over there. Green was up here. It's basically because there is like 2 blue pillows already. So it gets an okay spot. But as there's so much yellow, it gets a really bad spot. And there's already quite a lot of red, so it gets a really bad spot. But as there's like no green, it gets quite a good spot. Yeah, so your goal will be to paint everything. So if I was green, I'd want to paint, but you also have to make sure no one's attacking your home base. And they have to get all 8 pillows. If they were to just get like half and miss some, also, yeah, that would not kill them. But also, you cannot paint the pillows back. So like, say, oh, Blue came along and started painting this, and I was like, oh, I only have 1 left. I cannot paint these green. Yeah, so because that wouldn't just be fair. And then obviously I've built like most of the map. Blue's spot is up here. Where, yeah, so your goal is to paint as much as possible within the time limit, which will be 3 minutes. Or however long the person that's first in the server decides. So yeah. So now I have a bunch of this, and I went up to red, and I take reds. And now like, all these red pillows are part of blue. I don't even need to recolor them. They're just like considered mine now. So that's how that would work and everything. Everything but the grass blocks in here is all pillows. Even the tech web and the bundle. Yeah. So you can reset a map here. Oh, okay. Yeah. So say I was red. I gotta paint all this stuff. Obviously I already have the balloon. Obviously I already would have had the balloon. But yeah, so that's kind of how all this stuff would work. I hope you like it. By the time you see this will be in my community world. I'll put the code on the screen. Code will plays. Yeah. This map has taken a really, really, really long time to build and everything. So yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy it. This is Paint Wars, and goodbye.
You know, my most recent revamp was actually just posted, so I guess we'll play that one now. Hello everyone, welcome back. Hope it's doing good. Okay, so I haven't done a revamp in absolutely ages, and today we're going to be revamping Fortress into a really cool volcanic wasteland type build. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so now we're going to paste in the map. And obviously, as you can see, this is not a very lava-y map. So we're going to, first off, we're going to remove all the anniversary decorations, and restore the map back to how it used to be before all the anniversary stuff. And then we're going to work on changing all the snow into lava, and make the ice into lava too. So yeah. Okay, so I started to just like de-anniversarize most of the map, got rid of all the party bunting stuff, added in one of those shops there, made these back into the original colour of flowers, and I've also started to make this more of a sandstone-y basalt type rock. Okay, after a while of using this amazing new block, I managed to get something I quite like for this cave. Also, I'm going to repaint this ice. I just did that for this ice down here, which I made like a lava-y thing. We have like basalt type rocks, similar to, I'm not really sure what I was going for here, but I think once I make it all look like the sort of like lava ashy rock, I think it will look a lot better. So I'm going to start making every single island out of this rock. So what I've done is I have now done all of these walls be sand, and a lot of the smaller blocks down here also be sand, and I'm going to now recolour them all with the recolour. So now it's looking a lot better. There's still a lot of the bigger blocks to do, this whole side, the main island, the 2 back islands, so yeah, we still got a lot of work to do. Okay, after a long time, I have made this entire second mountain all out of sand, and then used the ice colour to make it red sand. I also put these 2 little rocks here for when you come off the zip line, because imagining this is lava, you could try not to land on these rocks that are sticking out the water, then jump onto this one. I missed. That kind of sad. That is kind of sad. But I've got the first 2 mountains done, or rock things, I don't really know what to call them. First 2 of these are done. There's now the main island left to do. This little stacks area want to like these pillars. I might actually remove these pillars because they're kind of annoying. This back area, this area here. Yeah, there's still a long way to go. So I guess I better get to it. Okay, so after a very long time, I decided on a design for the castle using dark maroon. I think that's what this paint's called. Using dark maroon and maroon. It is the same colour as the ground, but I think that's not terrible. I also did the same for all the wood, making it all mocha, I think that paint is called. And also, if you notice in the middle, why do I not have bubbles? Why do I not have any bubbles? There's not a shop near. All the shops are right here. Okay. That, why don't I have bubbles? Okay, I don't have bubbles, but these are flaming blocks that you can set on fire. And when they set on fire, they will burn. I would get a match to show you, but I don't have any bubbles. I'll go and fix this, I guess. Okay, so I'm looking at this while editing this footage, and I was genuinely trying to spend like 10 minutes, possibly trying to figure out why I just lost bubbles. I have genuinely no idea. I'm glad I recorded this, because I think they just disappeared mid-recording. But if anyone has an explanation for this, let me know, because I genuinely have absolutely no idea how this happened. Okay, I have genuinely no idea what went wrong. So I fully like left and rejoined yeeps, and I also painted sand. Yeah, I fully left and rejoined yeeps, so now I have my bubbles back, which is quite nice. Showing what these would actually do. I think it's quite a cool feature, especially if this map does become like a hide and seek map. Let's get in the run water real quick. So you can just destroy a lot of the bridge quite easily just by having a match. I probably will add some more of these blocks, but there is also a little bit up here. I did consider adding the flaming carpets on top, like these ones. Okay, I need to stop burning. Yeah, I would add the carpets, but they do add a little bit extra height, and it doesn't look very good from a distance. So no carpets for now. So I'm gonna make the rest of this top bits. Why is there a hole there? I'm gonna make the rest of this top bit red sand, and then probably the bottom bit, and then we'll actually add some features that are exclusive to this map, and not just recoloring. So now, if you look around, the entire back, like the entire top layer around all the sides is completely done. Sadly, it is only the top. All of this still needs to be done. So everything below ground still needs to be done. But when it comes to the above ground areas, those are mainly done now. I'm going to do a bit of work in the castle, because honestly, I don't want to place any more red sand. So yeah, I'm going to be working mainly in the castle and decorating this place for now. Okay, I spent a long time decorating the castle, and I decided I want it to probably be a hide and seek map still, or maybe a tag map. Not really sure yet. So I'm going to show you the features I've added. These cannons up here, we'll get back to in a second, but there is just them now. There's sort of like hook thing which you can go down here, and there's this fishing contest going on here, and yeah, they've only managed to catch dead fish. This does say 11th fishing contest, but you can't see that because I'm gonna have to change those signs. But if you know what the 11th fishing contest means, or if you know what the 11th one specifically means, I don't know, you're cool. Not much else I can say. There's these barrels. You can light them on fire. Don't know why the hell, it's just cool that. And you can definitely not completely ruin the contest if you lose. I keep on getting set on fire in this video, it's really annoying now. Been set on fire 20 times. Almost like I'm building a volcano or something, you know? Back to the cannons, if you can't pair. There's gonna be a few more of these, like, featurey things. You can shoot bombs at the bridge. And yeah, it just burns the whole bridge down. That's so awesome. I'm gonna add probably another feature in each tower. That's something you can do, which will be some quite a random event. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to doing that. Okay, the next bit is done. I've added another function. So now this which you can see the smoke come out the top, there is this like geyser in here, which shoots out foam, the foam cannons. Also, you may notice all the floor is now also spikes, meaning it's actually not just ice, which is meant to be lava. It's actually now spikes. It's actually now sort of the closer we get to lava and yeeps. I might add some more of these blocks onto any wooden surfaces I find, because I might do that on these stairs here, but I'm not sure yet. I also added some carpets here just to add a bit more burnability. Making up words at this point, but still. I might add some more abilities. Oh, also I did this. I made like a hole in the floor. But I might make it so you can turn off and on this fan, or do something with the fan. Because we've done these two towers, we still have these two to do. So yeah, I'm gonna get to work on that. Okay, the next one's built, and it's honestly one of the most discreet. You really wouldn't notice this unless you're deliberately looking out for this. So you didn't know, this is like the tower you have to do the double walls. So you can do that bam, 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 and go all the way up to the top. If someone wants to make that, I don't know, a little bit harder for you, they could press this button in here, and it sets fire to them. The entire wall, both the walls catch on fire because of flaming carpets. Yeah. And obviously once they're gone, then you can double wall safely. This could also be because I'm already getting a health bar. Health sign, I mean. Yeah, so, and losing any health is a major disadvantage. And, now we're going to do the last one, which will have the button in there, but it will activate something in this, either this tower, or somewhere else around the map. So I'm going to get to doing that now. Okay, so I've decided the last cave, or whatever this cave is, the one on the right side, this cave is going to be a sort of place you can get trapped, I guess. It might also be the spawn room. So that's quite helpful, I guess. I haven't actually put in a button for this one. I'm not really sure where to put it. I'm considering making it back here, because I am going to have to use some pulse extenders. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm also going to have to finally, after putting it off for so long, I'm going to finally have to do all that. After a very, very long time, all of the rock is gone, it is completely extinct. And all it's have to do is just press this button and then accept it twice for some reason. And now there is no more rock. It is now all sand. Oh, never mind. I lied. There is a singular block of rock here. There is no more rock. Finally! That took so long. Right, so now that we've done that. Oh, yeah, I also changed the terrain. I haven't changed the map to be, desert or whatever I'm going to do yet. So I just made it the mesa thing. So the map is basically done. And I'm just going to add now a few decorations around the map to make it completely finished. And then I'll do a full tour of the map. Okay, so I'm now going to be giving all of you a tour of the map that is now completely finished. So yeah. Entering the map, you'll go into the main castle with these flammable blocks. Shops, all the shops you'd ever actually want in here, including a pet shop for no apparent reason. I added a bucket of lava here, just kind of look cool. There is double walls here, which can be set on fire. Which can then go to those. Oh yeah, I didn't paint these. How could I? I'm gonna have them the lighter shade of red. This button turns on the foam dispensers in there. Also up here now, there is, I have terrible aim, so I'm going to miss all of these. Oh, I got the first one actually. This has 3 bullets, only 2 left now, but has 3 bullets, and it only has 3 uses as well. So yeah, you have to hit all 3 targets, which are there and there. There's the fishing competition, which is the 11th one. This is also my 11th revamp, in case you already guessed that earlier. There's this fan, which is kind of overpowered to get in here, or has like way too much power. I also added these blocks here, but also the climbable ones. There's this, which sets that on fire. I made that one the hardest to get to, because it is also the most inconvenient for the other players. So for this one, which shoots the cannons outside. Here's the fishing competition with the little thing you can use to get down here. You're basically inside the middle of a lava lake, which you kind of have to jump to here, then to here, just so you can get back to the mainland. There's this little ice cave over here, filled with the icicles you kind of have to go through quite quickly. Over here, there is another cave which you can actually get trapped inside. But just someone press the other two things, also full of explosives. Those two rocks that are there to land on, from when you come off any of the zip lines. A ladder over here, this is already here actually. And yeah, that's all we've got. I also added a clock in here, just a clock there because it makes it look cool. And gives quite a western feel. I forgot what button it was. Oh yeah, it was this one. This button actually locks up this room for a while, so the only escape means that is that way. Which means if you're the seeker, you could press that. If someone's in there, then they have to leave, and you can corner them in there. So yeah, that is the entire map, and obviously it's already got all its existing features, like the circuit all around the map, like this one. Ah, missed that one. Well, I missed it, but still. You can then go into here, which you could then be trapped in by the seeker. So it starts on the existing map features, but yeah. Hope it's doing good, and hope you guys enjoyed. You know, there's so many maps now, it's almost like you need a whole new tutorial. I wonder if I'll make one of those.
Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you guys are doing good. And, okay. This is a example, basically everyone, I think actually everyone has been in. You have the pens, tag the target dummy, shows the lights, put the blocks in the little spots. This is tutorial. Everyone's beaten it probably 100 times. Well, most people only beat this once. Problem is, you don't actually even need to do this. No, you don't need to do this. You can make this jump. And if you can, you can make this jump. Oh, everyone's probably come here a second time just to get this one buckling stash. For some reason, this in the game has one. But, I mean, it's extremely outdated. Like, nothing about the other game modes. Nothing about how to buy stuff. Nothing about cosmetics. Nothing about wiring. Nothing about swimming. And a bunch of other skills that you need to know. So, that's why I'm going to be fixing this map. Well, not really fixing, because you can't actually paste it in a world. Because it's not the size of anything. So, yeah. And also the wilds. I don't intend to keep this. But yeah. Cut to one of my wilds, and this will be me building tutorial. Okay, yeah. So I'm now in wilds, and here's the first block. So this will be when you spawn into yeeps. Obviously, they kind of can't. Some of it's going to be the same, because like, you do need to learn how to tag people and stuff. Also, that is kind of a rare decoy now, because whenever you hit a decoy... Oh, never mind. So I'm pretty sure it was for a while, but... Yeah, if you hit them, they change now. I don't know. I know. Okay, that sounds really, really convenient. Basically, everyone that I was talking about. If you impale them, they do that. But if you just hit them, they do like that. I don't know why. They just do. Okay. So yeah, I've built the first little bit where you can get a bat from over here. Then you can attack the target dummy. Oh, also stay to the end because I have quite a large announcement. Hello everyone, welcome back. So yeah, okay, yeah. This is kind of the finished form. Well, it's still a work in progress. Well, this is probably going to be like the final bit, the final version though. You want to hit the yeep. Yeah. And then it will give you 3 choices of blocks. And then you have to build up this little spike door thing. Yeah, obviously, if you take the spikes, you will die. And then you actually get pins, and then you can actually tag him. So obviously, you need to use blocks, make a creative solution to get out. Yeah. So obviously, when you start, you're not actually going to own anything. Try and use as minimum blocks as possible. Then, this is a bit of teaching about wiring. This will open the doors temporarily, but then you also have to get in real quick. You have to get in a bit quicker, because then once you're in, you can't leave. Making this a one-way. And then, this will be like a updately thing. So it'll be like, every single update they'll make a special thing. So like, this update, they'll make something based on potions. Or, more particularly me. I doubt they're going to make tutorial better. Because tutorial has always sucked. And will continue to suck. Once the potion has been crafted, you don't actually need it, but like, they don't know that. You do your little float up. And then yeah. Took a while to build, so hope you enjoyed. Oh, also, the news I was talking about is, at 200 subs, I'm going to do a live stream in my community world that you guys can all join. So yeah, I might be doing a live stream soon. And yeah, please join. Hope you guys are doing good, and goodbye.
You know, it's getting near Halloween, so we're gonna have the Halloween 2025 revamp now.
Hello everyone, welcome back. Hope it's doing good. Okay, so you probably recognise this. This is Gnome Capital. And you also might realise that it's been a few months since I made a revamp. So, why not I revamp Gnome Capital? So yeah, I'm going to be revamping Gnome Capital for Halloween. So yeah, cut to the revamp. So, first thing I've done is made a little bit of change to the entrance of the map. First I've made the water green, which leads all the way down here, where it starts foaming into the normal water. And I've also blocked off this entrance by putting like almost like a drain over there and making this sign fall down. So yeah, now I'm going to do a lot more work down here. Okay, so I've changed it more. I now have this bridge is now broken. And there's a little mini graveyard over there. And this bit has been completely infested by spiders. They're literally everywhere. Like, I've also made it so this entrance is now blocked off with a giant cobweb. And over here, the one that normally takes you to fantasy, has also now just caved in. So that's, I think, all the entrances. I might just leave this one, because honestly, it's basically perfect. Might just add a few ghost gnomes. Now, once you're up here, it's a bit different. This is kind of... Well, I had nothing to do with Halloween at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to change that. Oh, and I'm also going to remove this portal. Okay, so next thing I've done is I've changed this up. There's now a bunch of people that have fallen in here. The sign's fallen down too. Up here there's some more cobwebs. Up here I've removed the leaves off all these trees. And in here I have changed it so now that like it's actually like bars down here. And this is actually a haunted house now. And I'm now going to do some work over like on this area with the main wall. Okay, so I did a bit of work on the outside. I've had a cut down tree, little graveyard over here. There's still a little hole in the wall. Done some work on the terrain down here. But I'm going to leave this bit mainly intact. And the entire mountain's gone over here. Normally there's a mountain here, but now it is gone. And I'm going to make this bridge start to collapse. So yeah, now I'm going to go and do that. Okay, so I've made a lot more changes. So now, this is, the bridge is gone, basically. And parts of it are now in the water. And the gnomes are trying to fish it out, because they are now stuck here. Yeah. They're trying to fish out parts, so they are no longer stuck here. Because they're kind of trapped. Because the main way of leaving has been blocked off. Oh, I also made these orange. To fit the Halloween theme a bit more. Hello everyone, welcome back, hope it's doing good. Okay, so since you've last seen this, a lot has changed. So, yeah. So over here we now have the pumpkins. We got two faces, happy one and an evil one. These buildings are now different colours. And this is now a candy shop with all the Halloween candies, apart from the rainbow one, because that wasn't enough space. And if you actually reach in, you will get the right candy. And also up here has been completely and utterly infested by spiders, and all these people are trapped in here. They've also broke his wiring contraption, which is very sad. This is now been painted tan. I decided just to keep this how it is, nothing really is changing there. In here, which used to be the music place, I've kept his music. Hopefully they released a Halloween music disc. At the moment I've just got that one as a placeholder. I've got this cool little light pattern that comes up, and like slowly does a little trail thing. And this has barely changed. There's gonna be a Halloween tech up here. You now get Halloween items instead of just items. This is now brewing, where you can now actually brew potions. I've still kept some in these cooking pots here to show what it used to be. It's also got a pumpkin patch and a mushroom patch. Down here, some of the trees have had their leaves removed. And through here, there's now spikes. So if you come down a bit too quickly, you die. So yeah, obviously a lot has changed. And I can't take full credit for this. My friends have actually helped me build this. So yeah, thank you to them. I don't know if I showed this earlier, but there's now a graveyard here. So yeah, this is probably going to be it for now. I'll work on a bit more later, so I don't even know what I'm going to work on yet. Hello everyone, welcome back, hope it's doing good. Okay, so my Halloween map is now finally finished, and I'm going to give you guys a quick tour. So obviously this is credits to everyone that helped make me make this map. Everyone here helped, so yeah, they have credits. This boat has collapsed. That's definitely all that's happened. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore that. This bit of pier is broken, but that's just basically all the newer changes. Now onto the actual tour. So this is now done with cobwebs, so you can't leave through here. This is actually my monster house map. This has been a cave-in, obviously, because Gnome Capital is basically a passageway for a lot of maps. I will probably eventually maybe make it so that if I make more maps, they'll all connect to her. So obviously one of my Halloween maps already does. If I ever make any more, they'll probably connect to. There's skulls in here. This has also been filled up with cobwebs. Everything up here has been repainted. The entirety of this tower repainted. This is absolutely amazing. And there's all this down here. All this has been repainted. There's mushrooms over here now. Trees without leaves. Up here, we don't really know what happened to Blast Off Billy, so I've just broken his machine. And his friends have been captured by spiders. But so is this guy. He didn't realise he's waking the web on the wrong side. Got a candy shop down here with all the Halloween candies you'd ever want. Apart from the rainbow one, because we didn't have enough space. And then got a shop clerk here to sell you stuff. So here we have the DJ maze, which makes probably the world's loudest dance floor. I wanted it to do a cool snaking trail, so yeah. Got the Ghost Gnome on the drums. Don't know how he's going to do that because he has no hands, but you know. Gnome Trader over here. Probably decided to keep this one just because it could be useful. Down here there are actually spikes, you have to watch your fall. And through all of this is basically the same because just a cave. All the leaves have gone off all these trees. And this bridge has also collapsed. Oh, and the entirety of that mountain has been removed. This water's now green. More boats have collapsed. This is an abandoned minecart rail track. So yeah, that's my Halloween revamp. Obviously there's stuff like little Easter eggs like this guy up here, who is a pumpkin and he's carving pumpkins. And all that good stuff. There's like a frog here sitting watching TV on the microwave as
everyone does. This is obviously also caved in. Bungo's house is still basically the exact same. So yeah, that's basically everything. Obviously, every house has like multiple floors. There's a lot that every house has been redecorated fully. Also, this place that used to be a cooking place is now a brewery where you can get all the ingredients that you need for your potions, and you can make a potion. I've made it so automatically there's small in there. I don't know if I'll make another automatic potion spawn in there by default, but this is kind of like just to show people what these actually do. So yeah, the map is also going to be permanently in the back rooms night setting. And the reason why it's not now is because it makes it hard to record and to build. So yeah, I'll change that in a second. A little graveyard over there. Just some bones littered across the map. Looks like someone fell down here. So yeah, hope it's doing you good. I hope you like the revamp, and goodbye.
Christmas is one of the happiest times of the year. And I've only made one revamp from this, surprisingly, so I'm going to show it to you guys now.
Hello everyone, welcome back, hope it's doing good. So, you might know what map I'm in. I'm in Ocean Village. A map that, as you can probably see, is not very Christmassy. But, it is now December, and I'm going to be revamping this map into Christmas. So, the first thing that probably needs to be done is the floor. This floor is sand, and I'm going to change it to snow. And the water, I'm going to change into ice. I'm going to do these at the same time, mainly because it's not very interesting just to watch me change stuff into snow. So yeah, cut when I've done that. Okay, so I would say I did this on myself, but I actually did have a bit of help turning all this into snow and ice. So thank you to the people that helped me do that. Yeah, now all of this is snow, ice. This is actually sand around here that's painted white because it looks better than just snow. All of this is now ice, so you can now slide everywhere. It's pretty cool. But still, this map is not very Christmassy. So now I'm going to be working on these houses. Okay, the first two houses have been repainted. This one, I've just stayed the exact same. I haven't moved it though, with some copier. I've added icicles, painted it red and white, changed the roof a little bit, and also added a zipline thing. Here, I've actually changed a little more. It says delivery thing in the back. You can go through, and if you did play the Wishlist Workshop, you probably recognise this as being exactly what they made in there. I've completely stolen it. So this guy's painting it. This guy's attaching the back thing. Somehow they managed to turn this much paper into this much. He's a magician, don't worry. And yeah, we also got a little bow on top. That's the first two houses. I'm now going to do these two, and then work in the main area over there. Okay, so the next bit's been done. Got this bridge is now looks pretty nice actually. And this house now been fully repainted with all the Christmas colours. So yeah, this one's fully painted. I'm now going to do this house, and I'm going to work on the boat too. Okay, I've done this and the boat. I'm going to show off the boat first. So I've done this with like the pretty colours that I've used for all the rest of them. And the reason why there's so many presents on the boat is basically the elves have dropped a bunch of presents in the water, and now they're fishing them all out. They've got one of the toys, a bunch of other presents, and I've obviously repainted the boat. Over here, this is quite cool actually in my opinion. Instead of going with what I've done with all the rest of the houses, I've actually gone for almost like a gingerbread house. With like the gumdrops up here. To look decent as chef hats. Little ornament gumdrops down here. All painted. With a very useful to-do list. Yeah, it's just a guy hat. Upstairs is the one repainted. Yeah, that's all that. And now I'm going to start working on the actual main island. Okay, I've done a bit in the main middle area. So I've obviously made these little guys here. And there's now this giant tree over here that took a load of attempts to actually build. But I think it turned out decently. Obviously this house has been repainted, and the person who owns this has lost a lot of their house. Like a whole chunk of their house now, just this really long chimney. Like, a absolute ton of their house. But yeah, it's worth it. All around here, covered in snow, it looks quite nice. And there's obviously gnomes all around. These are green now. And yeah, that's this main area done. So now I'm going to work on the rest of the houses. And a bit more on the terrain outside too. Okay, so the next bit is done. This is the house that used to be able to like, buy potions. Now you can buy different presents. So in each one of these different presents, there's obviously a different item. Now, the boomerang's the only one you actually need. I've decided to think I don't do most revamps, which is actually add buckwind stashes. But these were the Christmas buckwind stashes, so I'll allow it. And yeah, you can get in here, get the present, press the button, and you can let everyone else in. So yeah, that's that bit done, and there's just 2 more houses, no, 3, to revamp. Okay, this area over here has now been done. So you got all these elves trying to build the sleigh, and not really working very well. And this guy's jumped out this whole box of very important parts, and now it's going all the way down the river. There's now a snowman over here who is melting. This is meant to be a snowman. This is meant to be a hat. Sort of. And over here, there is a snowman gnome who is sleeping in the nets. So yeah, that is most of this area down here done. All along the, like, coast. And now all I've got to do is revamp these 3 remaining houses. Okay, everything is now finished. The whole map is now done, and I'm going to give you guys the final tour. So in here, this is the gingerbread house, with a to-do list. Get the gnome to stop eating its walls. So yeah, the first house, we you see when you enter, all been repainted. Over here is the cooking station. Over here is where they make all the toys, and you can actually deliver yourself. Round back here is the first of 3 presents, which you need to go and get the boomerang for. Oh, also boomerang isn't allowed, obviously. Over here, there's a guy who's not realised it's winter and jumped in the ice. There'll be a Christmas tag up here when it gets added, because I'm assuming they're going to add a new one for this year. This is how our whole house has been repainted. All these houses completely repainted. Back here, there's a guy sleeping in the nets. Along with a lot of parts drifting along the sea. There's a melting snowman here. There's a box of very important parts, which are what's going away. There's these guys over here trying to build a sleigh. Over here is actually where you get the boomerang. That's where you get that from. You get all of that under the tree. I might put presents under there when it gets closer to Christmas. This house has been changed to now have a chimney. So you can go all the way down here. And yeah, there's a nice chimney. There's now a nice fire along here where you can toast marshmallows. And yourself. This boat over here, what's happened is the elves have dropped some presents in the lake. The lake is frozen over. And now they've got to try and fish out the presents. And his second stash. In here is the final stash. If you go up, that's the final one right there. So yeah, that's the whole map. Hope it's doing good, and goodbye.
One of my favourite game modes is Spleef, so I'm gonna show you my revamp of that.
Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you guys are doing good. Yeah, you may recognise this map. This map is Spleef. And I really enjoy revamping maps. But, I mean, this map is really outdated. Yeah, this would have been cool ages ago, but there's a bunch of stuff on the item banner which is now makes this map a bit unfair. Stuff like, oh, so if you look at the banned items, you can now use stuff like, where was it again? You can now use the grapple arrows, which also you can use all these potions, which doesn't seem as fair as it used to be. So yeah, I'm going to be fixing Spleef. I don't know what to say, this is Spleef. So, things I can fix about this map. Well, first off, I think it should actually be like arena, how you actually have to wait for each round. Just having to be able to like come back, you could have spent ages knocking someone off using all your cotton. Then they can just waddle back up with 5k cotton and go bap, and then you're out. That does not seem fair. And it isn't. Other things. Also, look, I don't think the infinite cotton generator should be here. I think it should be you get 5k cotton around, and that is then it. Yeah. I think 2 layers isn't enough. I think we need more. So yeah. That's eventually floors, and I'm going to be fixing them. Cut to when I've fixed them. Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you guys are doing good. It's in like 2 days for me. But yeah, it'll be at 30 seconds here. This is my new version of Spleef. So obviously it's now a team Spleef. So then you'll have like, if you go into play mode, over here we have. So when a player dies, it will broadcast a message a player has died. This will send you to the recall teleporter. Here's all the team definitions. All the cosmetic stamps and all that. No knockback, no time limit, friendly fire, no copy and reset map. Item banner, that's not very important, that's not either. Cotton generators. You can get VIP, which will give you all these effects. You can also get. Actually, what does this do again? I forgot. Oh, yeah, that launches the potions, and that gives you a letter from me. And then when you're actually on here, you may use bats and everything. I think like barely anything is not allowed. Yeah, so like, most things are allowed. Obviously, I got rid of slow falling and auto turrets too. So I didn't think they were very fair. So yeah, you can destroy all of these. And then obviously down here I built this final layer, which is probably my favourite. And took ages to build. It's these 1x4s. And if you do like that, you can get a whole line. Yeah, this is really good. That's most of this. And you're gonna be wondering, oh, well, you're not able to reset the map anymore. So when you die, it will not only reset the map, but it will also broadcast a message a player has died. So yeah, this is really cool. It's taken me ages to build. This will be in my community world soon. Also, at 200 subs, I'm gonna be doing a live stream. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Subscribe so we can get to 200. And goodbye.
Long ago, I had a community world, a very, very old community world, and I decided to revamp it. I'm gonna be showing you guys that now.
Okay, I built the first bit, but it didn't actually record, which is pretty annoying. So yeah, I'm gonna have to re-record this. I had a cool laptop. I don't know, like cool like montage thing I built, but you know. Okay. So a lot of stuff has changed, obviously. So now scientists have the ability to go down here, crawl down. Obviously this pipe's really, really changed, obviously. And then you get pushed down here, and I think you guys will have to find out what's through that bush. I've also added a secret, which I'm not going to be showing off. I feel like it'd be rude to show off the secret, but it does involve that. Something has to be used in there. Nothing's actually changed in the staff room. I'm just gonna walk through her. In the VIP room, the antidote of every single potion is now here. And when legs get added, they'll also be here. For VIPs, they get to use this stuff that isn't on the item banner, and they can affect the other teams. Oh, and they also get this room, and the frog leg will be here. So yeah, in the main room, this was already here, but yeah. There's these paints. You can get top donor or VIP. Yeah, this also now dispenses sweet instead of radiation bombs. It looks better. In here, still the same old thing. I'm going to be revamping mainly the bottom floor from now on, because at the moment all that's actually here is my working machines. Like the working furnace. It's quite big. Also then got the working cannons. So yeah, got my lab through here. Oh, and if you're wondering why this is elevated, because I needed a team hangout sign. So yeah, that has to be there, sadly. So I'm going to do some upgrades down to this floor, first off. Okay, so I've built a bit more. So I've built this whole new section down in this area. I think it looks pretty good. I added a cool storage crate with a design using spikes, hazmat gnomes, and tile blocks. Got a printer here. I never really actually did a wish list, just because the wish list was only a US thing. I'm pretty sure it was, at least. So I never actually participated, so I just wrote Frog as Sigma and then submitted it. So yeah. Still got the submission machine back here. Got the laptop and the PC. I will eventually fill these. See, you could use healing potions for this, but the armor legs potion is more green, so I'm gonna wait to put that in. And down here, Minos is all black now for the one reason. Ooh, how am I doing this? Yeah, it's the fire burst block. And down here is kind of like the monster hangout room. So you've got monsters, spiders, leaked chemicals, yeah, all that good stuff. So that's mainly this. And here we have, well, this is kind of a secret thing. This is significantly linked to a secret. We've still obviously got this. And if you're wondering where that actual pit leads to, down to the spikes. We've also got that. Pretty powerful. By the way, if you ever see this, that's the VIP team. Also got a recall thing with VIP and staff so they can leave. Seed dispenser and this. None of that's new. I don't know if I ever showed this off, but this is my auto crafter. This before auto crafters actually existed. So when you make a grappler arrow, I put in a grappler and an arrow. Combine those together, makes a grappler arrow. So yeah. Next thing we can make is a snowflake, which is obviously those two on an ice bomb. Frisbee plus ice bomb is snowflake. Boom. Why is the grappler still there? Then we have an RPG, a bomb, and a crossbow. Gives you an RPG. So yeah. Also got a teleport to fix my secret. So that's a lot of this already done. Now I'm going to work on the middle floor and see what I can actually improve on here. Okay, I know I did say I'd work on the second floor, but that's kind of difficult. because there's not really a good way to get up there. When you come down off the first floor, it's got this cool, what I refer to as the break your legs elevator, but we don't have any legs, so yeah. There's this cool down elevator, but there's no real cool way back up. There's just a teleporter. So now we have this, which yeah, just takes you right back up. In here, I replaced these with storage units, doing testing. This is bomb testing, testing out all the bombs, apart from, because I don't have this one, just because that isn't a real paint colour, and I can't paint it that colour. Glad that didn't activate anything. I could put this one. Actually, yeah, I think it would look good. Okay, that looks a bit better. And in this one we have shield testing. There's meant to be a little shield. I'm going to be testing that out. So now I'm just going to work on the final bit, which is this room, which quite drastically needs fixing. This was the original staff room. Before I made a staff room. Yeah, it's not, but I'm never going to keep the turrets there. I think I'm going to make this a testing chamber. So yeah, I'm going to build this now. Okay. This room is now fully furnished. So basically when this will be crashed, it will recall a monster into that. It will be a random monster based on the way I've set it up. And then you can activate the turrets. So yeah. That is the last bit of this whole thing. So yeah, if you want, you can get VIP and get access to all of this, including the only place you can get potions in the whole map. Also a big, which doesn't work. And all these potions and a bunch of stuff that's not on the item banner. So yeah, if you do like this map, join it. Trying to hit 300 visits. So hope.
Right, okay. Thank you all for watching. It's been a very long video. That was the last revamp. And what?
You forgot a revamp.
Did I?
Yeah, you forgot your first ever revamp.
Oh. Okay, well I guess we're playing that last one now.
Hello everyone, and today we're going to be revamping the Battle Arena map. Okay, so this is going to be quite a long video, like 15 minutes. So, I don't know, grab a snack. The middle bit I'm probably going to speed up and or edit out. So yeah, I really do hope you enjoy the video. And this is actually, I hope this is a really good revamp. Because I do have a room 3 which I tried to make something, it didn't really work. So I'm just gonna delete that room 3. By the way, I have had people ask me, are you going to make a community world? And the answer to that, probably no. Yeah. GP. Okay. Okay. This is the arena map. I hope you know that, because I doubt you'd have clicked on this video otherwise. This is the arena game mode, you have health and everything. But I feel like it's an arena. But, I mean, you can just, it's so unfair. Because you can literally just completely steal. Like, if you own gadgets, oh, I now have freeze gloves. Oh, I now have pellet guns. Oh, I now have crossbows. Because if you own those things. So, what I'm going to do is ban everything. So with the item dispensers, you can only get items that you find. So with this map, I'm just gonna. If I put it on allowed items, what are you allowed? Wait, I'm gonna make it so you're allowed pillows. There's anything you're actually allowed. Because I feel like everyone in the game owns that. And if you don't, that kind of concerns me. Okay, and that's about half of this. Because it actually is a good map. But so if I turn on allowed items, all you're allowed is... I don't want that. I'm going to need to put a copy sign somewhere. But if you have every single bundle, you also have rocket ships and BAM trophies. If you are a BAM winner and have the first ever bundle. So yeah, with that, I'm going to get into the revamp. Hello, and this is the finished revamp. For you, it will have been like 30 seconds. But for me, this was like an hour. I've changed the floor to grass. Got rid of the water in these little puddles. Added some speed boosters. And a couple cobwebs. I've also changed... Because I don't get why were these railings just gold? Like, didn't really make sense. I made them like concrete. Added in a copy sign. And there's a bit of change inside, but not too much. I made like a VIP area. Which there's a secret access to. You have to politely ask the guards where it is. And that will open up. Which will let you in. And go in here. And this is the secret. And this is actually a good spot. And so is this. Good spot for hiding. I remember they did block off that bit. And then I also changed I like the floor a lot more as grass. Also I made I made it into a vending machine instead. This isn't the finish, but this is like the halfway. So, cut to when it's finished. Hello, and this is the final version. This has been about another 10 minutes. So basically everywhere around the map, because as I banned everything, so all you're allowed is the pillar box, I wanted it to be a fair fight. So I wanted it to be that you have to find stuff to get stuff. All around the map, there's a freeze glove here. Oh, one thing I also did discover, if I try and put in a reskin, it will just come up as the original item, which really sucks. Look, if I go to pirate pellet gun, it just comes out of the pellet gun for some reason. There's two up here. These ones aren't very powerful because I know people will just try and rush to this. Got an ender pearl and a grenade. There's crossbow, that's these shields. There's grapplers over here. Wow. And then there's crossbows over here. So you can put in the other items, and you can also buy the stuff in the vending machine. Which is why I didn't want the stuff in the vending machine to be powerful. Yeah. So stuff in the vending machines, any candies. Also, while building this, I did discover ultimate fetch. But, I don't think any human can throw that far or fast. Like, if you're going to throw them, it doesn't go anywhere near as fast throw to do. That is a speed, which means frisbee ride. But one of the reasons people throw frisbees kind of slowly sometimes is because you can actually jump on them. But yeah, you can buy frisbees and hot cocoa for that, or 1,000 cotton, because they can be useful. Frisbee ride, you can frisbee jump, and you can also then hot cocoa ride and hot cocoa jump. So yeah, that is the finished product